Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's talk a little bit of, one of these face of boxing guys. Y'all know I don't like that term, face of boxing, but one of the face of boxing guys is Gervonta Tank Davis. Or should I call him, Gervonta the Black Canelo Davis, like I've been calling him. I don't really talk too much about Gervonta Davis because, yeah, for me, he's like the Black Canelo, right? I know he's got a lot of fans and stuff, and the only thing I think good about Gervonta Davis is one thing, when he fights, it's going to be some exciting stuff. Somebody going to get knocked the hell out, but it ain't going to be somebody that you was hoping for him to fight, right? And, you know, forever. Like I don't remember anybody that Tank Davis fought that I was like, oh, I want him to fight him. So from that standpoint, it's like for me, I've been just saying he's, the Black Canelo for the longest. Now, the thing about it is, they call him the face of boxing and people go watch him. So the only thing I thought that's kind of good about Gervonta Davis is that at least it is possible, because I didn't think so, for a black fighter to have fans and not be fighting the hardest fights. I thought that was reserved for non-black fighters, and he's the only one that I've seen that, where a black guy is not have to fight fighters. The obvious good ones in his division and stuff, like, because Gervonta Davis, there's been somebody in his division that's undisputed. Somebody else. And we call him the face of boxing. So it's the same thing. I'm just repeating myself. If you're the face of boxing, somebody else is in your division that's undisputed. And, somebody else in your division who they thought was the best ever. I'm talking Lomachenko and Devin Haney and stuff like that. Right? So, he just ain't fighting them. And he's going to do some other stuff. And, it's just go always not be what you want. And that's why it's just Canelo-esque. But without Canelo, this wouldn't exist. So here's the thing. The most recent thing that just shows you he's like a Canelo clone. Like the exact same thing almost. Watch this. He said recently, I think yesterday sometime, and I don't really like to talk about the guy because I just try to ignore it. But he actually said, I ain't fighting Shakur Stevenson because what has he done? He hasn't done anything. And not embarrassed. Not embarrassed. Said this in daylight with people that have this. He's talking to people with brains and stuff. People that watch boxing. Go out there to actually say in public, Shakur Stevens ain't done nothing. Right? That's Canelo-esque. Shakur Stevens is 2-division champion and everybody knows he's great. Everybody knows it's 1,000 fighters. I don't know. Has there ever been a fighter that said, I want Shakur Stevenson? They don't really do that. They're like, everybody's not trying to fight him. Everybody. And Gervonta's one of them. But, Loma don't want none. And everybody didn't want none. Just who did? Isaac Cruz and them. Remember? They try to tell him, here's eliminator fights. And people just drop out. Nobody wants to fight Shakur Stevenson. And they try to say, oh, did y'all call him boring? Cool. Let me try to call him that. You just don't say, what did 2-division champions do? What have they done? Right? But let me just show you. Canelo Alvarez did exactly the same thing. Undisputed fight with Demetrius Andrade, who was a 2-division champion, and obviously the best guy he would have ever fought, just like Shakur Stevens is the best guy that Gervonta Davis would have ever fought. And Canelo called him, what has he done? He ain't done nothing. And he's a horrible fighter. Also in daylight, right? But people only go as far as you let them. These monsters you've created, right? Every time it's an awesome fighter that it's going to be an issue to beat, we can call him something and act like he ain't done nothing. And the fight we about to fight ain't going to be nowhere near close as good as this guy that we're saying it ain't nothing. Canelo would say, hey, man, your boy, he ain't nothing. Who he fought? But I'm about to fight Yildirim. that's who did a lot. I'm about to fight Roy Fielding. I'm about to fight a little old Amir Khan. Hey, somebody, what about Makabu up there? That ain't nobody, just stuff. And this is what your boy does. So I ain't gonna waste y'all time, man, talking about Gervonta Davis, man. Whatever. He about to fight Roach and whatever, but he's bringing him up a division. And, you know, and I even heard about retiring. Yeah, he probably will. He's probably satisfied. Look, I made a lot of money and I didn't have to fight, you know, none of the hardest fights, but I'm okay with that. Yeah. And so those are not the kind of guys that I personally, you know, I'm looking at sport, you know, and I like to see, hey, what's going on? People trying to do stuff, you know, historic stuff, or trying to become champion, or trying to beat the other champions. Yeah, yeah. And here's the deal. You don't have to make it. You don't. Just the people that's trying to do stuff. That's all, you know, for me. 'Cause I'm a sport guy. I'm not a guy, a fan of that person. You know what I'm saying? But I understand this generation's kind of out there with that. But anyway, Gervonta Davis might retire. And he's telling you that Shakur Stevenson ain't never done nothing. You know, bro, whatever. Good luck with that. You know, hey guys, I'm out of here. Done with sports talk. Worldwide, you know, let them keep doing that stuff. And I'm up out of here, y'all.